I'm Natha and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Need It, Thinking About It, Passing on new makeup releases. So it always helps me to do these. You guys seem to really love them and I love filming them. It also helps me talk myself out of spending an exorbitant amount of money on things I don't need. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe before we get started. I really appreciate it, and let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so if my face looks a little weird, I just did another video where I had my unique lipsticks, and a lot of them were blue and darker ones, and trying to get it off my face. I feel like I now have a 5 o'clock shadow, even though I went back over it with foundation, so just ignore it. I don't know what else to say. So anyways, all right, we will talk about Natasha Denona first. You guys know I love her, and I love her eyeshadow palettes, and at this point I would say I'm a Natasha Denona collector, but she's coming out with this new palette. I think it's called the Biba palette, yeah, and it's all neutrals. It has different formulas in there, and I kind of, at first I was like, no, and then I was like, yeah, and then I was like, no, and then I keep going back and forth, just talking about it in my head, what I want to do, and I don't know. It's that whole last row does not intrigue me. I am not a cool tone person. You guys know that from the Safari palette, where I was the grays in here just weren't for me. So I know that there's already a few shades that I'm I'm not going to use that. I love that it has a black. That's so nice. She doesn't have a black in any of her other palettes. So I think that that's great. But this doesn't get me as excited as her other palettes. Usually I look at her palettes and there's at least 2 shades that I'm yes, I need that. And really in this one there's one metallic that I'm excited about. But a lot of these I feel I pretty much have it in my little tiny nude palette. I'll throw up a picture that someone did of all the comparisons next to each other right here, and I feel they're pretty much the same. And I just can't justify right now $129, even though I think sometimes the more not exciting palettes we actually use more because they are neutrals, and that's generally what we go for every day. But I have so many neutral palettes, including I have her gold palette that I feel is a fairly, and that's what I have in my eyes right now. It's a fairly neutral palette, and I just don't think I'm gonna reach for it enough. So yeah, I just don't think I'm gonna reach for it enough, even though that kills me to say it. I want a colorful palette from her. I loved the little one that came with that purple in it. I want more springtime colors. I'm getting excited for spring, and I'm just that is what I want. That is what I need from her. So yeah, even though it pains me to say it, I think this is the first time that I'm just gonna skip on it. I got taxes coming up, and I'm just ugh. I don't know. Just, yeah, $129. I can't do it right now. Okay, I will say Jeffree Star is coming out with a palette. I don't have pictures of it. It is the Blood Sugar 2, and I've never bought the Blood Sugar 1, and it's always on my wish list. I've just never pulled the trigger. But I will say, out of all the makeup I'll talk about, I will probably end up getting that. I really do enjoy his palettes. They're just at an affordable, they're generally around the $50 price range, and I use them so much. I feel his palettes are kind of underrated, and I'm just excited to see what it is. I'm not saying for sure I'm gonna get it, but there's a good chance, 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what it is. What do you guys think it will be? Please let me know, but I'm excited for that. Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with new 28 matte shimmer shades from our favorite Kylie Cosmetics palettes that aren't really our favorite palettes. Not to say that all of her palettes are bad. Like I said, her Sipping Pretty one from her birthday was pretty good, but the rest, they just aren't worth the money. You can find better shadows out there, so this does not excite me. Even looking at it is visually intriguing, but I know now that I've used enough of her formulas to know that they aren't anything that I'm gonna reach out to buy, you know? I love her lip products. I've been loving a lot of her face products, but I feel her eyes still have a ways to go. Her eyeshadow formula still has some improvements to make for sure. Smashbox is releasing a new Calii Kissed Face Palette, and I will say this actually looks pretty. It's not bad. It looks like a pretty palette, but It's nothing that I need to add to my collection. It's got 4 shimmer highlights, 2 matte blushes, and I'm just kind of like, we've seen this now a million times, and I'm just not gonna buy it. Like, nope, 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 nope. MAC Cosmetics is coming out with a collaboration with Seed. I'm not gonna pretend that I know who that is. I don't. And actually the colors look pretty. I'm actually surprised. I don't love the highlight. I don't feel like it's unique, but the actual eyeshadows, they look nice. Like, they look really nice and opaque, and like the swatches just look good. And I like the design of the palette, but it's not, again, like I said, I feel like MAC is just losing me on like products that I'm like, come out with something fresh and interesting, and I just don't feel that with this. Okay, next up is Dose of Colors. They're coming out with a mini collection. They've already done this before, like a Disney collection. This is the mini collection, and no, I don't like Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse or any of them. Not to mention, I'm like horrified of going to Disneyland. Like, I like Disneyland, but like as soon as I see the characters walking around, it scares me. I don't like anything with a mask on. If I can't see your face, I don't trust you. I stay far away. That's a whole other story. But in general, I just feel like this is a very, I don't like it. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse, they've never intrigued me since I was little. Never been interested. But even the product wise, I'm like, it looks okay, but sorry. Our dog likes to dance when we like first come home. So since he came home, she danced up and down the stairs every time. Does anyone else's dogs do that? It's very cute and exciting when you want it to be, but sometimes it's a little much. Sounds like a stampede in my house. So anyways, the Dose of Colors one, I feel like it kind of flopped on the first run. It's not that I feel like it looks bad, it's just nothing unique. And I didn't feel like anyone really gave it positive reviews. So I don't know, it's just not really for me. Like, I like the reddish shade in the palette, but other than that, not so much. It comes with 3 glittery eyeliners. That could be nice. Or like the 3 lip colors. I think I have a lip gloss from that collection. I do. And I actually really like it. So maybe the lip colors more than anything, but I don't see any pictures of the lip colors that are like hidden right now. But I do love their formula, and I generally love Dose of Colors in general, but just, I don't like the kitty collections, you know, like, I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, and then Sephora is coming out with a Marvel collection. I feel like that could be an awesome like concept for a brand to do. Like, if you like separate it out into like different like Thor, and kind of like ColourPop would be really good at that because they release so many new releases, to have like a theme for every palette. I think that would be really cool. But when I look at this, it doesn't really scream Marvel colors to me. Like, the palette looks just not what I would expect. It just, I feel like it was such a cool idea, but like executed wise, I'm just like, no, why? Like, these colors don't remind me of Marvel, like, at all. So I'm hoping that maybe it comes out. I love the design of it, like obviously the packaging and the Marvel whole, I like Marvel for the most part. I got a little tired, you know, but for the most part, I'm like, ooh, such a great idea. And then I'm looking at it and I'm just like, no. But maybe like there'll be a few good things in here. It hasn't been released about like everything yet. I'm just looking at the eyeshadow palette specifically. And it just doesn't intrigue me in the slightest. Or, no, it's almost everything. I'm just like, why'd they ruin this for us? You know? But, you know, maybe it could be good, but I'm definitely not jumping up to buy this. And I really want to know, I haven't tried a lot from Sephora collection. I've tried a few like lip stuff, but I've never tried their eyeshadows. So if you have recommendations, definitely let me know. But didn't you think this was going to be like an exciting, this could have been super like exciting. I like how I say super to go with Marvel. But I felt like this could have been done in such a different way and been really cool. But I don't like the way it was done. Like, I would like Becca to come out with a highlighter that looks like a Marvel like shield. I don't know. I have this whole Envision thing and I'm just like, this is not it. All right, so the Nikita Dragun is coming out with Dragon Beauty. So I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan of her. I'm not a I mean, I don't watch her, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know her. She doesn't call me at home, you know what I mean? But I just seeing her, like, you know, I love her hair and I love like her aesthetic, and I just feel like looking at this, I'm like, what is this? Like, this was never something I would have put on her, like would have ever thought that she would come out with. Like, I thought it would be really something unique and exciting, and maybe not unique is the right word, but like bam colors, like, you know what I mean? And there's this skin perfecting potion, a color corrector inspired by a mysterious potion hidden in the kits of celebrity makeup artists. What? Like, I don't know. It's like she came out with like face powders and then a few lip shades. And the lip shade looks pretty. I like orange. But this face powder thing in a little heart packaging just looks kind of cheap and just not at all exciting. I thought she would come out with like an eyeshadow palette with like all these pops of color, because she has this big personality, and I feel like the most exciting thing about this is the egg packaging. That's it. Like, I don't mean to be Miss Negativity over here, but yeah, I hope that in the future, I just feel like the brand doesn't represent her, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I don't really get these vibes from you, and I don't know. It's just weird. Lime Crime is coming out with new blushes. I will say that these look pretty. There's a few shades in here that I'm like, ooh, all right. And the packaging is really nice. I do really like the packaging. I like that it's floral. I'm so ready for spring. But at the same time, I've never tried Lime Crime, so I don't know if I will pull the trigger on it. Please let me know if you've tried their face products. But the blushes look nice. I just, you know, I just haven't pulled my Lime Crime trigger yet, you know? Okay, and then ColourPop did just release Just My Luck eyeshadow palette. In case you missed it, I feel like a lot of people probably did, with the amount of releases that they come out with. I feel like this is actually a really pretty palette, and I feel like it's something that you don't see often. You don't really see an all green eyeshadow palette, so I think that that was a great idea, especially in time for St. Patty's Day, but I'm just not a green person. I feel like I love that middle shade, but for me, it doesn't make sense just because I don't wear green enough. But I feel like for people that love green, like, this is an awesome option. It's affordable. It looks really pretty. Like, I have nothing bad to say about it. I just know it's something that I won't get like good use out of. Okay, and then I want to talk about a few things. Bombshell Cosmetica, which I have never actually heard of until now. They have all these like hamburger palette, milkshake palette, and like, I don't actually see the shadows on here. It's on like Trend Mood's page. You just see like the wrapping. But I'm also like, what is going on here? Because then Glamlight, which I know they did the pizza one, is coming out with a Viva Taco palette. And I don't like this whole food thing. Like, I'm just like, I don't feel like the taco thing is gonna like look like packaging wise. I like my packaging to feel like it gives me like this nice like luxury feeling. Like, packaging is a lot, and so when it's like off of food products, I'm just like, I might as well just open a box of tacos and put it back there, and then you guys would be like, what the hell, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm not into this food thing. Like, I'd be okay if the shadows were named after a food, but, or like, you know, like I said, I like sweet things, but I don't like the packaging to reflect that. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just turns me off from trying it. Like, especially tacos. I'm like, tacos are messy, and so like the eyeshadows are probably gonna be messy. I know that makes no sense, but to me, like, in my mind, I'm just like, ugh. Like, no. Oh, and then lastly, another thing I'm actually really excited about is Sol de Janeiro is releasing new shimmers for summer. They're gonna be limited edition, but it seems like they have 3 new shades, and I have one that came out with like last year for like the body shimmer. Even though it's a product that I don't use often enough because I just forget, it looks so nice when I do rub it on my chest and my shoulders. Like, it gives this nice, I don't like self tan or anything, so it just gives me like this nice tan. Like I do feel like I belong on a beach. In my head I do. But at the same time, like, it just, I really like them. I love the smell. I mean, they're a little sticky, but overall, I feel like they do something for me, and I'm really glad they're coming out with other shades. and I'm really excited for like the light one. I don't know why, but I'm just like, oh, it looks milky, like just nice and smooth. And yes, I'm excited for those. So I think it's gonna called Samba Way. There's Samba Way, Goldilocks, and Master Flash, and they're skin softening dry oils. So we will see, but I am excited for that. So there are a few things I'm excited for sure. I'm like having a hard time doing these videos because lately I've been just talking myself off a ledge. Like I said, doing my stash videos and going through my collections, I'm just at that point where I'm like trying to be so much smarter about buying expensive items, and then not really getting the use out of it, not because they're bad, just because I have so much. So that's like, you know, with the Natasha Denona, I'm just like, when I compare it to other palettes, I feel like I can make that palette. You know what I mean? If I just swatched, like, you know, went through and replaced all the colors with other palettes, I feel like I can remake that. So that is kind of where I'm coming from with these lately, where it's not like I'm trying to be negative or, you know, bash any of the companies that are coming out with stuff. It's just more like I'm just trying to be super picky on what I spend my money on. I'm trying to be a smart consumer, even though it's very hard. So that is where I am at. Let me know things that you guys are excited for. Are you guys gonna get the Natasha Denona palette? What are you gonna reach for? And what are you like, meh? Like, I know it looks pretty. I'm not complaining about the price or the formula or anything like that. I just feel like I just want some spring right now. That is what I want. So that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave your opinions down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.